If I say fitness for an individual is doing any work related to him, because fitness has been defined by many people in many ways. But fitness does not mean the physical fitness only. When we talk about the fitness cannot be taken at one particular component. Somebody who is physically fit may not be fit mentally, may not be fit from the inside, may not be socially that much involved. So fitness and involve, excuse me, I sorry, I forgot this to put it. Um, for one individual, I can say the fitness can be to do his work with utter satisfaction, with efficiency. Every age has different characteristics according to the profession, and one belongs to that particular profession. He needs that kind of fitness. A child does not know football technique, but still he plays with efficiency and enjoys. An adolescent going to school kicks football with accuracy and power due to practice, but still he may not be a fit. Similarly, all professionals need to work differently as per the requirements of their professions they work in. And in all professions, we all need to be adjusted, enjoy, perform better, achieve satisfaction, and keep our family happy with our deeds. Deeds should be positive, actions should be positive, work should be positive, our words should be positive, our behavior should be positive. One study in Boston University says that a child who moving in the treadmill is more attentive rather than a person sitting in the class in a static position or in a stationary position, but he will have less mental alertness rather than the person who is in the treadmill and moving constantly. This study supports that the movement are necessary for our development, movement are necessary for our growth, movement are necessary for our fitness. To be precise, we need to manage and keep our health intact by managing our time. Everybody do not have time. Since morning till late night we go to sleep, we have one or other work. And even if we want to go for exercise, our mood, our mental alertness, our mentality, or I should say, what is going on in the mind that decides what we should do. Sometimes we have free time, but we like to watch a movie, we like to watch a television program rather than going for the exercise. But it is most important for all physical education teachers and my dear friends, those who are listening to me. If you have got 10 minutes of time in your daily routine, go for exercise. Go for certain kind of movements. I have just given you an example of jumping jacks. Start your jumping jack exercise for 50 times, then you have other work. Whenever you get time, again have jumping jack exercise. Why do I tell you jumping jack exercise? Because Jack LaLanne was the person who himself has introduced this exercise to thousands of people in his life, whether he belongs to the lower age or at the upper age. But his way of doing exercise was the same. When he was 90 years old, his mental toughness was so high that he was ready to go again to celebrate his 90th birthday the way he celebrated his 70th birthday, as I narrated you the story. To be precise, we need to manage and keep health intact by managing our time. This is what I said to you, and again I will say we have to be only go on only in these lines. Now fitness can be categorized and adjusted by the level of functions, because we cannot decide the fitness the way our activities are asking or requiring. In some is there are different kind of fitness characteristics, in other is be due to the age foundations, due to the age characteristic, due to the natural harm in the body due to old age, we need to define and decide the physical fitness and other fitness criteria accordingly. We have 5 categories, and these 5 categories can be physically dependent people, physically frail people, means physically weak people, physically independent people, physically fit people, and physically elite people. Physically dependent people are really the babies and very old and weak people, people who cannot execute some or maybe all the basic activities of daily living, including dressing, bathing, transferring, toileting, feeding, and even walking likewise. And these people are dependent on others for food and other basic functions of living. For them, we have to manage a different kind of routine to get them fit and help them to come back into the life. You cannot help old people in the way that they want, but you can help them according to the psychological characteristics and the basic needs what they are needing or they are requiring. And the second category, the physically frail people or the weak people, people who can perform the basic activities of daily living but cannot perform some or all of the activities that are necessary to live independently. For example, school children, because small children or the nursery children or elementary children, though they can do their basic activities, but all the necessary activities cannot be done by them. So here the management of fitness will be different. Old people generally, because of debilitating diseases of condition that physically challenge them daily, they may also come into this particular category, that is physically weak category or weak uh, stage. The third stage, I said, the physically independent people. Independent, when I say, then though they are inactive, but they are independent. People with poor lifestyle, inactive housewives, all they are in this category. People who live independently, usually without debilitating symptoms. Debilitating symptoms means all the symptoms which they are showing, which are of major chronic diseases. However, many have low health and fitness reserves, placing them at risk for the becoming physically frail or physically weak after illness or injury. Such kind of people, if they get some kind of disease, they are not able to do their work independently. So the fourth kind of people are the fit people. They are physically fit. They do exercises at least 2 times a week or maybe 3 times a week. They are healthy. They enjoy life, and they are engaging regularly in physical demanding job or some kind of hobby they may have. Their health and fitness level may be putting them at low risk for falling into physically frail category, and these are the people, basically healthy people, and these may be part-time sports persons, but their aim may not be for the competition or winning competition. And the fifth category, which I said to you, the physically elite people. When we talk about physically elite people, it means they are sports person of all age. Either they are 8 to 10 years, 12 to 15 years, or maybe adult, or maybe old age people, but they are competing in different kind of competitions, whether it is for the special people, whether it is for the special Olympics, or whether it is Olympics, whether it is some kind of competition, people who almost train daily, so they are compete and in a sports tournament and engage in physically demanding job or some kind of recreational activities. Now, if I tell you, I was telling you that fitness cannot be taken as a physical one only. There are different kind of dimensions, as the WHO has already defined 1948 about the health and the complete fitness, the complete state of um, complete state of something I just forgot. Um, this fitness also we can divide in 6 different dimensions. Fitness does not necessarily mean physical fitness, rather a fitness of an individual includes physical dimension, social dimension, emotional dimension, intellectual dimension, spiritual and vocational dimension. These are some of the dimensions which we are going to talk. Fitness management for physical dimension also includes fitness, nutrition, weight management, and functional abilities, healthy lifestyle, habits, safety, and health screening. These are all about the physical dimensions. And when we talk about fitness management of social dimension means the one person who is friendly, cooperative, loves other people, respect oneself and others, respect the difference, interact with the people, and interact with other peoples in every kind of environment, create and maintain healthy relationship and enhance self concept. He has to know himself. This is the social fitness dimension for social fitness. And the fitness management for the emotional dimension includes to express himself, because when we talk about the emotion, it is about the feelings, it is about the expressions, it is about showing your gestures or the gestures with positivity, showing the people that you are concerned. So, express and recognize feelings, control stress, problem solving method should be there, or you should be able to solve the problems, manage the success and failure. You should not have arousal level during failure, and you should not be too happy when you are success, because the emotional development itself defines the man who can manage success and the failure at the same way. He is emotionally developed person. So the fitness dimension for emotional factor is the one who is enhancing his self esteem and identify personal expectations. Now, friends, fitness management for intellectual dimension, if I talk about this, may include engaging some lifetime learning activities or activities that is used by the mind or facilitate creating thinking and explore new ideas or the interest. When we talk about fitness management for spiritual dimensions, spiritual dimensions does not necessarily be the religious. We have to think that when we talk about the spirituality, people usually take it to the religion and associate it to the religion. No. Discovery of meaning and purpose in life is the spiritual dimension. Demonstration of values, your beliefs, morals, and ethics through your behavior is the spiritual dimension. Self determination may not be religiously, feeling for love and hope and abundance love for each and every person, reflections of your behavior for success and reflection, contemplation, and meditation. That is the spiritual dimension. When we talk about the vocational dimensions, it means the vocational dimensions that is engaging fully in life, because everybody chooses a career, everybody has the right to choose a profession. You are, as a physical educationist, you are choosing a career in physical education and sports. May it be a physical education teacher or the coach or trainer, yoga trainer, fitness expert, or maybe going for some kind of rehabilitation practices like in the paramedical we do. uh, the part We participate in different kind of hobbies, in different kind of occupations. We recognize the abilities of ourselves, we recognize the abilities of other people, identify a person's or the personal mission and the goals. We learn new skills, maintain interest, and develop new interest. This is how we have to adjust our training for the vocational dimensions. What are these guidelines we are going to give to the people? This is how we have to know the characteristics of the people who are in different vocations or the professions. Now, this I was talking about the fitness dimensions. Now, if you go to our yoga, as the Ashtanga Yoga says, Yam Niyam, Asan Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi, these are the 8 limbs, as you know, given by the Rishi Patanjali, who has created this Ashtanga Yoga. According to Ashtanga Yoga, he believes that all these 8 elements, all these 8 different parts of yoga makes a human a perfect one. In the same way, in the Gharana Samhita, it is said that fitness and best lifestyle can be achieved and understood by 7 characteristics or the 7 traits that the person should possess. These are Shodhanam or the Shuddhita, Dhrarta means the strength or the determination, Asteria, what we call the patience. Asteria means constancy or steadiness, or rather strength or solidity. And Dharya, Laghvam, Pratyaksham. I narrate this particular sloka is Shodhanam Dharta Chaiva Istharya Dharya Cha Laghvam Pratyaksham Cha Niliptam Cha Ghatastha Sapta Sadhanam. It means Shodhanam Dharta Istharya Dharya Laghvam Pratyaksham Nirliptam. These are the 7 traits by which a man can be made with the purity. Shodhanam means purity of physical and physiological organs. Dhrarta means, as I said, the strength of mind, willpower, or the determination. When I call sthairya, that means stability. When we call stability, it means the solidity. And dharya means the patience, staying power, endurance. It is the tolerance power. And when we call lagvam, then lagvam is the quickness. This is the agility. Rather, this is a suppleness. This is a slimness, flexibility, we can say. This is like a rational weight, or when we call um, relative strength. The same way, the lagvam can be one trait. In the same way, pratyaksham and nirliptam are last two. Pratyaksham means the matter of fact, which we realize, or the realistic things. Realization of facts and understanding of the word is pratyaksham. And nirliptam means non-involvement, non-manipulative, contemplate, or we call it manan in Hindi, sochna, chintan karna, nirliptam. So in this, the Ghatastha Yoga we call it, and how this we can find in Ashtanga Yoga. These yam niyam, everything has one particular way of getting it. In the same way, Rishi Gharanya has also said the Shatkarmana Sodhanam cha asanena bhavadanam mudraya istarta cha pratyaharana dhirata प्राणायामाल लाघवम च ध्यानात प्रत्यक्षमात्मम समाधिना निलिप्तम च मुक्तिरेव न संशया. It means षट कर्मणा. There are 6 kriyas for by which we can have purity. Ashanan bhavedaram. It means the asanas will help us to get strength. Mudraya sthirta. Mudraya will help us to get sthirta. And the chav pratyaharana. Pratyaharan means pratyaharan. Pratyaharan means non-stealing. This gives us patience. Pranayama lagvam. Pranayam gives us some kind of lagvam, that is we call quickness or the suppleness. And dhyanat pratyakshmatmam. Dhyan will help us to see the people, to realize the people in particular way, to understand the people. Samadhina niliptan, and when we go for samadhina, it means we are getting some kind of niliptam. It means we are non-involvement in the materialistic world. We are contemplate. We are able to manan. We are able to think about anything. It means we are non-manipulative people. So these are the traits which the people say from the ancient. Why do I say, why do I am telling you all this, explaining all you? Because when we go for management of fitness, we have to keep all these traits in mind. Then only we can make a good physical fitness, the fitness program. Now the fitness management for various age group, when we talk about the prenatal, during pregnancy, for the child, for the old age people, for the girl, for the adult people. We have got different kind of adjustment, a different kind of management. But today I may be talking about some, maybe during pregnancy. I am telling you now. Hereby, if time is permitting me, then I will go for the children, and hereby for the old age. Prenatal care checkup. Now I tell you, when our mothers and sisters get pregnant, they go to the doctors, and the doctor advise them to have some kind of safe exercises to go for the movement. Why go for the movement? Because movement teaches us, movement develops us. Movement develops the child inside the womb, the mother's womb. It means a pregnant woman has to work for her child and for her own safety. And exercise during pregnancy is safe. People do ask this question very frequently. Yes, exercise are really safe for the pregnant women, but there are certain conditions. Those conditions are for all prenatal pregnant women. I would rather advise to go to the doctor get yourself checked up and ask them what kind of exercise you can do. I am here giving you some kind of clues about those who are healthy and they are pregnant. They can go for 2.5 hours or aerobic activity in week each week. If we say per day, it can be 30 minutes moderate walk, maybe swimming in a moderate intensity. Aerobic activities for cardiac exercises also leads repeated large muscles movements like arms and the leg muscles activities make breathe faster and deep that make heart beat faster. When the heart beat faster, the blood circulation increase and
Sir, your mic is muted. Sir, your mic is muted, sir. So still it is mute.
maybe somebody is, but I have not done anything.
Yes, sir. You are
आवाज आ
audible.
रही है?
Yes, sir. You are audible now.
ओके ओके। ये प्री नेटल के बारे में मैं बता रहा था, कुछ सुना था उसमें?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Now, I was telling about the pregnant women. You have to walk and you have to swim, but you have to note that if you can't talk normally during an activity, you may be working too hard. This is only you have to keep in mind. When I mean to say, all those physical education teachers and the coaches who are advising some kind of exercise to the pregnant women, then they have to suggest this, that you have to walk normally and during activity you have to talk. If you can talk normally during your walking, during your activity, it means you are not doing hard activity and it is good for you, because it is not going to give you any kind of pressure, or it is not burdening your child. So regular physical activity will help reduce risk of pregnancy complications and ease pregnancy discomforts like constipation, back pain, swelling in legs, ankles, feet, and these are all the normal symptoms. And keep expected mother's mind and body healthy, because it is the mental power that keeps a mother to go on for the activity, because mother is always suspicious about the kind of activity she does, at the same time kind of food she takes. And the physical activity can help feel good and give extra energy. It also make heart, lungs and blood vessel strong and helps stay fit. Each some common discomfort of pregnancy, like um, um, back pain, which is very common. If pregnancy is healthy, exercise does not increase the risk of having a miscarriage. First. Second thing is, fitness management during pregnancy helps to gain right amount of weight. It is always necessary for the pregnant women. Some women do eat lot, because the ladies in their house, they prepare such kind of food that the pregnant women do get lot of weight, which is going to harm not only herself but rather to her child inside the womb also. Always remember, if you are eating more, if you are eating like considering your stomach as a dustbin, then you are going to give more fat to the body of a child, and the child may suffer some kind of cardiac diseases in future. This is the science says. And the exercise do help to manage stress, and it also helps mothers to sleep better. Fitness management will help for mothers to reduce the risk of having the cesarean birth also, because the cesarean birth means it is also called the C-section. The cesarean birth means there is cut in the abdominal part, lower abdominal part, along with the upper side of the belly, lower side of the belly and the upper side of the uterus. The activities like prenatal exercise or some kind of yogasanas, not very hard one, and some kind of pilate exercise can help practice breathing, meditation, and it will help to calm the lady and help manage labor pain also. Regular exercise can help give energy and strength to get through labor. It is always to be remembered that the pregnant ladies, when they go for the labor, the pain they get, it is intolerable, and it is said if the man has to bear this particular pain, he can die. But women tolerate it. You can help by managing your exercise program for the pregnant ladies to have this labor pain less during the labor. Women pregnant with twins, or maybe there may be triplets or more, this calls multiple, with other risk factors for the preterm labor, should not do the intense or higher impact activities like running. Running is not at all advisable. Low impact activities, walking and going in the water and walking in the water are the good advisable exercises. Taking brisk walk is also good exercise, but as soon as your breath is going out of control, you should not do the exercise more, and you should not strain your joints and your muscles. The water supports the weight of your growing baby, and moving against the water, it helps you keep your heart rate at maximum, and it also helps your joints and muscles in the better tone. Riding a stationary bike is good exercise, but you have to take care that you should have better balance. You should have somebody there to look after you, because bicycle during pregnancy may be harmful if you lose your weight. And at the same time, the pilate exercises, but it should not be done on your back, on your belly. It should be done in proper way. Low impact aerobic exercises can usually do not put any kind of stress, so this kind of exercises are may be done. What you have not to do, it is always keep in mind, or what the pregnant mother should not be given. Exercises that is given on the back or belly should not be given. It is always to be remembered, because it puts some kind of strain on the uterus, and it gives a lot of pressure on the veins and brings blood to the heart. And lying on your back can cause your blood pressure to drop and limit the flow of blood to your baby. Exercising at high altitude is always risky for the pregnant women, because the lack of oxygen will harm your baby also. So more than 6,000 feet, if you are traveling, or if you are keeping yourself there, or somehow you are there in those type of climates, don't do much exercise. Always exercises should be supported with the oxygen supply. Yoga is good exercise, yogasanas are good exercise, but these should not be done in the room which are very hot, like 95 degree Fahrenheit to 100 degree Fahrenheit. Pregnant women should not go in those rooms, because it is going to cause them hyperthermia. A condition, hyperthermia is a condition that happens when your baby temperature gets too high, your body gets too high temperature, and this too high temperature may harm your baby also. Some studies has suggested that spending too much of time in sauna bath or in hot tub is also not good for the pregnant women. So pregnant women should not be asked to go for the sauna bath more than 10 minutes at a time, or in hot tub, because in the hot tub the direct influence of hot water goes in the body and it affects your openings of the uterus, and that may lead some kind of disturbances during the development of child, and there may be some kind of miscarriages. So some activities like which are hard hitting, playing basketball or doing some kind of difficult asanas, going to downhill or skiing, maybe going for the horseback riding, or maybe scuba diving, are not safe for the pregnancy, though it is known to everyone, but it is my duty to tell everyone that these kind of activities are not good for the pregnant women. Whereas all those activities which I say not to do can be done by all those ladies who are not pregnant and fit and find themselves in the state, in the interest doing these exercises. They must do all kind of exercises with high impact aerobic exercises to all strength exercises. These are good for all other women who are not pregnant or not expecting the child. Remember, premature babies who born before 37 weeks, they call premature babies. Babies born with low weight, birth weight, are more likely than other babies to have health problem at birth and also at the later life. You have to remember that before 37th week, if the baby borns, this is premature baby. And the baby who has less weight means less than 5 pounds, then it is very less. 5 pounds is equal to, I think, 8 ounce. If the baby birth weight is less than 5 pounds, then that baby may get some kind of birth problem, maybe in the later life, because those genes which has been put in the baby by the mother are always risking his life in the future also. Thus it is advisable for the mothers, especially to physical education teachers and the coaches or the trainers who are going to train them and advise them, to have good food, have good kind of exercises, the quality exercises. And for the children, children need free hand exercises, maybe free hand strength training exercises. Strength training exercises are good, but not weight training exercise. Strength training exercises should not be taken as a weight training exercises or weightlifting. Trying to build big muscles can put too much strain on the young muscles. Remember it. For kids, light resistance and control movements are the best, with a special emphasis on proper technique and safety. Remember, friends, once you are putting the correct technique, correct movement in the child's habit, then he will have the correct technique all through. Otherwise, for making a child's interest or keeping a child interest, if you are not telling him the right technique, if he gets bored with the technique, let him get bored. You do your best work, you see the safety of the child, and you teach the correct technique to the child, so that in the future, whenever he grows, he does the correct technique, and he saves a lot of his energy, and he develops as a vibrant adult. Your child can do many strength exercises with his her own body weight, or inexpensive resistance tubing. There are different kind of tubing available in the market, and you can have one tube, and different kind of exercises can be done. and it can be made more interested uh, with the people coupling with each other. There are different kind of exercise you can make. Before a young teen starts a formal weight training program, an evaluation by the pediatrician or the sports medicine doctor is always recommended, because there may be some kind of joints or the symptoms you can see which are taking as a deformity, which are growing like a deformity. And when you are giving some kind of weight training exercises to those people, you are going to develop a problem for their future. You are not going to give them the quality life, rather it is a life that he will always believe that waste to his own way. So strength training can help the build muscles, make the bones strong, but it's a safe to work with the opinion of the doctors. Weights, as long as they are not too heavy, can be introduced to the children. Fitness plan should only include 60 minutes of physical activity every day, or it may be 3 hours strength training for muscles and the bones per week. As the science says, though children who are not fully grown, they should not be given weightlifting exercises, or they should be given some strength exercises in limit. And there are some points you have to keep in mind where you should not give kind of activities you are trying to give. This is called the contraindications. When there is a breathing problem in the child, when the children with uncontrolled high blood pressure, when there are seizure disorders means some kind of problem in the heart, some kind of chronic diseases that you know, and those who have already undergone some kind of chemotherapy for childhood cancers, they should not be given this kind of exercise or strength exercise, because this is going to weaken them from the inside. Their physiology is going to disturb, and it is going to harm them throughout. And for the children, you have to remember there should always be a qualified trainer who can guide them, who can have the safety rules in mind, always requiring them to follow all kind of safety rules. Choose the place for your child to play, choose the place for your child to have type of training which is hazardless. And the competition should not be allowed, because usually the child goes in the weight training room and they go for competition that he or she can lift more weight, or who will lift the more weight. This kind of competition is not good, and sometimes competition in training can lead them for so much harm that for whole life they cannot walk, and they will always realize that they have done wrong in the life. Fuel up means you have to give them some kind of warm up, some kind of energetic pep talks, demonstrate some kind of exercise to them, so that correct demonstration given to the child leads to the technical quality or the qualitative movement. Repetition are always necessary. Adjust their weight, adjust their training program, adjust the sets and the number of exercises, establish them, and ask for the repetition. The child will repeat the exercise, repeat the sets accordingly. Whether you are giving them the planned method in a cyclic method, for example, you are giving them some circuit training or some kind of exercises where the number of exercises is more, then you have to establish the time also. Time frame should be, but you have to supervise. At the same time, soon after the exercise, you have to ask them to cool down. Remember, friends, cool down is so necessary as the warm up. Warm up means you are preparing your body, preparing the mental and preparing the child with the mentally, at the same time preparing them to do this kind of exercises. But if you keep this habit that after the training, after the exercises they do, if you are asking them to cool down, this habit will remain with them for whole life, and whenever they go for some kind of training, they will always go for the cool down exercises, and this is going to benefit them. This is going to benefit physiologically. At the same time, they will be helping their systems. Always make a plan only for a week, that is we call micro plans. We only make micro plans, not for 1 month, not for 1 year or the 6 month. Make only 1 week plan, not more than that, and every week you evaluate the program, and you always go for this particular program, that set program. And always remember, if you don't make your work a fun activity, a recreational activity, and if you are making your work as a work only, then you are not going to succeed. Remember what I mean to say? I mean, the recreation is the part which is always in our brain. Recreation is the part of our life. Recreation, a child's nature has born with. So recreation and the fun should not be taken out of the workout which you are planning for your young ones. And you all know what are the benefits of aerobic exercises for the children. uh, Everybody knows it, I need not to elaborate it, but for to be very precise, the heart and lungs fitness is better for the because of the aerobic exercises. Stronger bone and the muscles are always, you can get the fewer symptoms of the depression, because depression is one part that we have to always avoid from our exercises or through our exercises. There are always better chances for growing a healthy adults without chronic disease. Always remember, friends, when we are going to give a healthy adult to the country, it means we are making our country a strong one, a healthy, strong. As our Prime Minister says, that we have to be Atmanirbhar. If we are healthy and we are disciplined, we are going to have the first step for this self-dependency. And the children who are active for the 60 minutes of per day program, they always lower rates of their obesity, and this obesity, less lack of obesity is going to give us a active citizen to our country, who can work for our country for longer duration and make our country more developed. Greater rates of activity also the children may have if they are associated with the greater activity rates. The higher test scores are always this is scientifically proven, that they have the more reading habits and they score more in the math if they are active in the physical activities. And the physical and the body. The moment we start moving, our brain functions also start developing. This is what the science says. I do not say for myself, rather, the science says if it allows you to move in the classroom, if it allows, then you have more attention and you learn more. Play based activities that require a high degree of sensory input, because this sight and the sound and touch, these are the sensory input, helps and develop a broad array of skills that make physical activity more enjoyable later in life. Frequent physical activity has been always associated with improved behavior in the classroom and beyond. As I said, the fitness dimensions, the social dimension of fitness. And when we said about the mental, then we say about the intellectual, when we say about the mental dimensions. And the children who are in activity habit, they are more likely to become active adults. And aerobic activity has always shown to increase the size of essential brain structure and number of neural connections. If the number of neural connections are more, then our symptoms of thinking, symptoms of getting memorized are more, and we can remember more things, we can respond more things at less time, we will have our reaction more. Frequent activities requiring a high degree of balance and coordination have been associated with the improved emotional response. As I said, the emotional dimensions. So the emotional dimensions is always being associated with the physical activities. So fitness dimension is also the emotional dimensions. Frequent exercise decreases the symptoms of depression and anxiety in child. It means this is very simple. The child may be stressed sometime during his study, during his with the peers, because there are some kind of quarrels. Then the child may go in depression. He may have more arousal level, and frequent exercises decreases such kind of symptoms. And regular exercise with children promotes self-efficacy with regard to health and self-image. Remember, take away the time from your academic time, because it is very difficult for the teacher to give more time from the academic. Today child who are engaged in iPads, maybe in mobiles, kid size headphones, this is very difficult to take away all these equipments from them. But you have to disrupt all these activities, and you have to ask them to take at least 5 to 10 minutes for their physical activities, because it is always proved by the science, the child who does 10 minutes of activity every day gets more marks, or he is more vibrant and more active. So if you want to make your country more active and create more active child and create more citizens for your country, take time out of your already packed life. You are maybe vocationally, you are very professionally, you are very what do you call, bound, time bound, but you have to take time for yourself. If you do not have time for yourself, I can only say you will not have time for your funerals. Remember friends, once you are late for yourself, you can never be good in time for the other people also, and the other people will also get for late for your funerals. I'm sorry to say these words, because these words will make you remember my words. And any exercise or the frequent activities for the kids is critical for their ability to develop into happy, healthy, and active adults. And when I say for the old age, this is already 2:20. I should not continue, but I will only say old age is very critical age. Remember, friends, every one of us has to get old one day. If we cannot take care of our old ones, we are not able to take care of our mothers, if we are not able to take care of our father or anybody who are in that age, it means we are not able to take care of our country. If we love our children, if we love our kid, we have to love our all those people who has given us ashirwad, who has wished our country for the good adults, for the disciplined adults, for the development of the country. It means they are somehow wishing us all good luck. It means they have all good behavior, and good wishes for every one of us. In the same way, we should ask them to do some kind of exercise that will manage their rest of life with the quality, and they will be more recreative and more active. Always remember, the movements are one that decides your lifestyle. The movement is one that helps you to keep your life intact with others. The movements are one that makes your existence worthy in this world. So keep moving, help others to move, make everyone to move and get good quality life. This is all about the management of fitness for all. If I wish I could have more time, I could have suggested you some kind of stages for the old people, that is pre-contemplation, contemplation, the preparation and the action for the old people, how we are going to get it for them, how we are going to maintain their health. But time is always running fast, and we have to be disciplined, we have to respect the time. With this, I thank people who are listening to me, and I really am fortunate to interact with you people, the young quality teachers, those who are looking to come in this profession. As I said, remember, fitness do not have one dimension. Fitness have six other dimensions also. If you are physically fit and not vocationally fit or not professionally fit, you will be incompetent. If you are physically fit but not mentally alert, you will be unfit people. If you are physically fit but you are not intellectual, and you are not intellectually fit, or your intellectual dimension is not proper, then you are not a fit person in this country. If you are physically fit but socially you are unbound, socially you are not behaving properly, socially you do not have any relation with other people, there is no one to see you, no one to talk about your health, then you are an unfit person. So make it a point that you should be healthy, happy, and fit with all six dimensions of fitness. With this, thanks Vivek, thanks all the department of family members of Department Physical Education, Rajiv Gandhi University, Arunachal Pradesh. Special thanks to the head department, Anil Mili, and all those who are associated in this venture. Thanks very much.
Thank you, sir. I think we have received certain questions from the participant side.
Please.
One of the participant, I think it is Muhammad Ikram, has raised his hand to ask the question. Muhammad Ikram, Ikram, are you audible?
Ikram.
We have some. I think Sir Ikram has a connecting
No
issue.
problem,
We
Vivek.
have
If
some.
you have question, you can ask me from the Ikram side.
Sir, we have question in our chat box. One of the participants has asked, how much exercise is too much for a kid? Sir, the question is,
See, the time limit is not good for any child. How much exercise, when we say, this depends on the ability of child. The child's nature is a play way nature, and every child learns to play, and then only he goes up, then only his balance comes, but then only his strength comes. If you remember, the when we were born and hereafter, our activities are always recreational activities, playful activities. Our parents always look forward to give us admission in the school which is full of playing materials, full of grounds where the extracurricular activities are given much importance. It means our parents also believe that the child grows with the kind of exercises he do in the school. It means how much is never should not be a question for us, but the what kind of exercise, what kind of movement, what kind of time we are giving to the child, this is more important. We are giving quality time to the child, we are giving quality kind of exercises, we are giving quality kind of playful movement, it is good for them. How much should not be the question for a child, because everybody who grows, it is because of the activities he does in the child. So there is no
Thank you.
limit of the time.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I think it can be a mark of the lecture that for a kid, the quality time of his parents is more important rather than being physical active. It's the parents who determine how the quality life his children is going to pose in near future.
Yeah.
Sir, it was a very informative and interesting lecture. First thing that I learned was the Jack LaLanne. We all have heard and we have all have gone through the jumping jack exercises, but till now, personally, I was not aware. I was not introduced with the name of Jack LaLanne. So, sir, thank you for introducing Jack LaLanne on this platform and enhancing our knowledge. As we all know, fitness is the essence to survive and to grow in the present scenario. But the important thing is how we can manage our fitness, because the meaning of fitness for different peoples, either they are in different state of life, either they are in different age of life, may be different. So for this, we are really thankful, sir, that you enlightened us how we can manage the fitness in different stages of life. Towards conclusion of this program, I am again inviting Dr. Tadang Minu to propose vote of thanks.
Thank you, Vivek,
Minu
sir.
ma'am?
So we
Yes,
are
ma'am.
come to, yes. Thank you, Vivek, sir. So we come to the end of the session, today's session. So taking this opportunity, I, on behalf of Rajiv Gandhi University, would like to propose vote of thanks to especially today's our resource person, Professor B. C. Kapri, who is the chairman of Sports Board BHU, and also the ex-HOD of Physical Education. Sir, very to you. Sir, you are the always a person who is always support us, bless us. Whenever we need your support, without hesitate, you just always say to us. So for this, thank you very much, sir. The way you are delivered the lecture, the fitness for all, especially, sir, the word you say, the sentence you say that we supposed to be care our elders, mothers, fathers, and all the elders, so that our future generation can care us. So again, I take this form. I extend all the thank you to my colleagues, especially our HODs, and last but not the least, the participants who asked with us since the morning. So we have another 4 days more. So I request the participants have a patience for another days. Just like the resource person, the officers enlightened us today about the fitness. We have more delightful or meaningful topics are there for coming days. So till next week, and we will meet tomorrow. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you
sir.
Very much, sir.
Uh, uh, Thank you, sir. Before concluding this technical session, I am again requesting from all the participants. Tomorrow, we are going to start our first technical session from 12 p.m. So I request from all the participants, please join 5 minutes before the scheduled time. And at the time of
Yes.
joining, please, please put your mic and camera on off mode. I repeat again, at the time of joining, please put your mic and camera on off mode. And one important thing, that if any person is hesitate to ask question directly, he or she may write their question in chat box, from where we can ask your question with the experts. Your questions are valuable to enhance our knowledge in field of health and fitness. Thank you all for
Dr.
bearing with
Vivek,
us.
Dr. Vivek, can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible.
Dr. Vivek, there's one suggestion. As you are a host, there are a lot of disturbance coming on during the session.
Yes, sir.
So as a host,
Yeah.
you can mute all the participants randomly, because
We are muting.
someone is creating disturbance somewhere. So it's very difficult to understand somewhere in between the lectures. So we lose the tempo of the lecture in between.
No, exactly. We understand these type of glitches, and throughout the lecture, we were busy in such kind of activities to mute the participants. And that's why I request from the participants to please maintain the decorum, because we are here on online platform to learn something. And in that case, the participant decorum and disciplines may be essence for this program. That's why. Thank you, sir. We will try to maintain it, and we will try to manage this situation.
Thank you.
Thank you
so
for
much.
your kind suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, once and all.